What's up, YouTube? This is Eric with our real estate journey. Back for another quick video with this bathroom renovation. Uh, Hopefully, we're on the cusp of getting this thing rolling quickly. Make a lot of progress. The plumber will be here tomorrow. I got to rent a jackhammer so he can get into this floor here. I have a feeling that's going to be a mess right there. Move this toilet. I guess over here he's not going to tear it up. He says he's able to reroute this stuff here. So what today's video is, just basically a little update. The last video still had the old exhaust fan, old wiring. So I got the new one in. I'm going to try to get that installed this weekend. So I had to run some 12-3 wire because I'm taking the it was an exhaust light combo in here, and it ran off of a single switch so that when you turn the light on, the exhaust fan would come on. I'm separating it, and you have to take 12-3 wire to do that. So routed it over, got it down. Tell you what, it was a pain in the rear end getting the old wire out because they use these right here, these staples, these solid staples that are hammered into wood to keep electrical wire attached to the studs and out of the way from drywallers and other stuff like that. So they've obviously had done the wiring prior to all drywall and stuff. Common sense will tell you that. But over here became pretty difficult because obviously this wall over here wasn't on when they did this, so they had all the old wire stapled to the inside over here. But we got that taken care of. We got that out of there. Got the old wire out. This is the main feed coming from the breaker box. It's always a good idea to label that once you identify it. This right here actually goes down to the outlet in the bedroom there, which I wasn't aware of. Not a big deal, just one extra thing to tie in ultimately when we're done here. This light here was interesting when I was taking the ceiling out. I left this section here because obviously we need a little bit of light in here to do some work until I get to the drywall phase of it. And I don't know if you can see that on this video, but right here, that dark spot, and right there, that dark spot, those are the screws I had to put it up in there after this thing fell. And this wire going up here is, as you can probably see up in there, that's the power for the light itself. So it being stapled in there, this thing fell a few inches, then stopped and was hanging there. But obviously you don't want to leave that tension on there. So I had to throw up a couple new screws. So we'll have some light to work in here. This ductwork here, originally I thought, I didn't measure, it was just, I don't know, the optical illusion of looking at the bathroom, the way the layout was, it looked as though our exhaust fan was off-centered, but after gutting everything, I found out that no, it was actually centered. So thankfully, I don't have to run ductwork or reroute it at all. That's cool. This wire here is for the LEDs that I'm going to put into the niche that was in my previous video. Once this plumbing's moved to this wall, I can reframe this all out, and the niches are going to go right through there. So anyway, this is a low voltage wire. Got over at Lowe's. They call it, what the heck do they call it on their shelf? If you go in and ask them, say, I need low voltage wire, they'll take you to Cat 5 or something like that, or whatever for data. That's not what you need. It's just 2 wire. Well, here's the other side. Well, this is all it is. It's a 16 2 gauge, or 16 gauge, 16-2 wire. I think it's lawn lights or something they call it. But anyway, so I just had to make a path for that. The one thing that when I was watching on YouTube, another video, I don't recall if it's one of the bigger ones, I guess, like Star Tile maybe, or I apologize. I want to give credit to the right people, but I don't recall. But anyway, they made a very good point of stating that when you run this wire to your LEDs, leave it loose so that if the LEDs ever need replaced or whatever, you can pull them out and have the wire. So I took the paddle bit and made like 1 inch, maybe 1 1/8 inch holes, and just ran it loosely across everything. Made obviously the same size holes going across, and we'll have decent amount of slack just hanging in the walls. So my solder joint will be in the wall, but there will be plenty of slack to pull out if that's ever necessary. The reason I ran it over to here is our vanity is going to be right here, and this is actually going to be right about the center of our vanity. And what I'm going to do is these things here. Here's the LED lights. I went with just white. We have a multicolored remote controlled system in our crown and molding up in the kitchen, and the other half suggested that for in here too, but that seemed a little silly for me. So anyway, here, this device here, what this is just a converter. Oh crap, don't lose the screw for it. And this, let me pop this sucker open. And what this does is you'll run one side to your LEDs, to that wire there that I showed you, right up there. You will connect this to one end of that, and then this side will go to your light switch, which we ordered this one because it's dimmable. We're going to make this, and this is a dimmable strip, LED strip. The other thing also is there's IP codes for lighting, and you have to go with something water resistant or waterproof. In this case, it's an IP67. Again, just go online and check out IP codes, and you'll know exactly what. But IP67, it will be totally fine. But anyway, this, for the videos I was watching, and again, I don't recall the exact video that I saw the information. There's a few of them out there, but the one that I got the best information from, they had an attic above their bathroom. So this device here, and man, I'll tell you, I think this is we'll get it later. Second video I tried to record and do things with one hand, and proved myself to be basically handicapped. So anyway, our vanity, I'm going to put that in the bottom of the vanity. I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Again, this thing's, I don't know, what is that, 6 inches or something like that. I'll tuck it in on the bottom, in the back corner. Toilet paper or whatever the heck else we put in there will cover all that stuff up, so not really worried about it. So anyway, that's why that is there. One other thing I will mention before I go is another roadblock we ran into is this vent here, flue vent. The lighting, we're not going with lighting over top of the vanity. We are going with sconces. Well, the sconces that she picked out are really heavy, super heavy. And the instructions actually say to make sure that the box will hold up to 35 pounds. So after talking to the Lowe's people and taking their advice, going online and combining all that, this is what we came up with. So anyway, this vent here, when our plumber gets here tomorrow, I will have to see how difficult that's going to be since he already has to move it over here anyway, this part, I'm going to see if he can just angle this up and then take it up this way up to a certain point and then take it back over and do that. As long as that's not a big deal, because it does it right here. So basically just want to go over and do it because our sconce goes right about there. So as long as that's not a major issue and he can do that, then we won't have any problems, because then you go on the other side and as you can see, it's pretty wide open. I'll have to do a little framing on this side too. Not that big a deal. So anyway, just want to give you guys a quick heads up on that. Subscribe if you'd like, and we'll see you soon.